I have desired to go where springs not fail, to fields where flies no sharpened-sided hail, and a few lilies blow. I have asked to be where no storms come, where the green swell is in the havens dumb and out of the swing of the sea. My name is Walter Augustus Braxton, and I am a musical composer. Well, my mother sent me to a piano teacher when I was 6 years old, after I began singing at 5, Christmas carols and that kind of thing. And so that gave me a musical foundation on which to build and grow. So I went all through elementary school until grade 5, when I took up the silver C flute. From there, I went to Winston-Salem after I conducted the Richmond Symphony Youth Orchestra on their annual concert in March of 1969 in a performance of Elsa's Procession to the Cathedral by Richard Wagner. I went to Carnegie Hall and Constitution Hall in 1967 with the American Youth Performs Incorporated. I went to the Northern Virginia Music Center at Reston for a summer in 1968. Most of that time was spent performing on the flute. So it was quite an ordeal for the North Carolina School of the Arts to persuade me that my talents really lay in composition and not on an instrument. But I finally, eventually came around and decided to concentrate all my efforts on composition. Well, I just finished a dance suite, Opus 4, number 7 for flute and piano that will be performed this coming Thursday, November the 19th, 2009 at 11 o'clock in the morning at the Barnes & Noble's bookstore at the Virginia Commonwealth University.
Don't have them on much endurance.
Oh, okay, we can pick it up. I didn't mean to yell at you, Nancy.
No, it's okay. I'm just trying to do what you wrote.
I'm dealing with ideas in the form of musical notation. I have to juxtapose ideas against one another, both melodically and harmonically and structurally. Decision. My mother died. It will be 10 years ago on the 31st of March 2010. And situation just sort of forced me into a different pattern of behavior, one that required me to take medication and live in an assisted living facility, since I wasn't allowed to take care of myself. In 2006, the first movement of the dance suite was performed at the University of Richmond while I was in the hospital. And it was 3 days before I was released, and they would not let me attend the concert.
Why were you in the hospital?
For drug abuse.
What drugs?
Crack cocaine. And I've been there ever since. I had to make up my mind not to use. And but when I decided that I didn't want to use anymore, it was all over. Yeah, I'd like to be known all over the planet. One day I probably will be. I mean, how many black men do you know that can write 5 symphonies and 2 operas? Think about it. Like my musical legacy to be one of universal brotherhood, selective breeding, and intelligentsia.